Hello everyone, my name is Heigo Vanik and I wanted to make this short video to introduce you a little bit Estonia and discuss a little bit Estonian E-Residency, what it is, what are the benefits of it and how can you get it. So let's start with the Estonian E-Residency, or let's start with Estonia. Estonia is quite small country. It has 1.4 or 3 million people and it's quite modern. It's not too expensive, not too cheap, just in the middle. And yeah, it's people are nice and it's almost free Wi-Fi everywhere, and it's quite a lot of technology companies come here. So it's we are like trying to always to be innovative, for sure, I think. And the laws and it's quite nice. Like it's quite democratic, I would say. And but yeah, you can always fix something and get it better. But let's say if you know, there is a lot of companies and individuals coming here because of the e-residency, so they can have some of the benefits which our laws provide. And for example, if you want to have e-residency, then it costs €100 the application, and it takes about 4 to 5 weeks. And after that, you get the answer: is it approved or not? And then it's another like 3 or 4 weeks till the process gets done, and then you can basically launch your own business online, which is also like you can do it digitally, which is the launching cost of the company is €190. It takes about 1 2 hours, and the next day you can actually start doing business. So I have, for example, a friend, a Spanish poker player. It's not related to business, but just an example. In Spanish, if you're playing poker or any gambling games, he's a professional poker player. He earns money with it, and there is quite big taxes on it. But here in Estonia, there is no taxes at all. So if you're a poker player or something similar to that, then maybe you want to come here. And another thing is, I know a lot of companies, especially Spain as well, there's like some kind of taxes or fees that just for the sake of doing business you have to pay like extra fees. But here in Estonia we have just corporate tax. So I bring an example. Let's say, if you might know, then I'm quite big fan of cryptocurrencies. And let's say you launch a company over here in Estonia and you start trading, let's say, Bitcoin, and you invest €10,000. And let's say after 1 year or 2 years, it's €100,000. Now let's say, and now you convert your Bitcoin to euros and it's on your bank account. So what's next? Like what are the actual fees from it? You don't have to pay any taxes from this until this is if it's on your bank account, on your company's bank account, and you haven't paid any salary or dividends for yourself. You don't have to pay any fees for this. I mean, for the exchanges, the trading fees and stuff like this, but there is no taxes. But until you pay salary for yourself or for somebody else, you have to pay fees for it. And let's say we also have a VAT registration number, and this is only if your turnover. You are only obligated if the turnover is over 40,000 annually. If it's below that, then you don't have to do it, which means which is taxable, of course. But the example which I had, the 10,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin example, there you don't actually have to have the VAT registration number because it's not taxable. You don't have to pay any taxes from this, which means if you have a example like this, you have done it from 10 to 100, and then you just have to make an annual report about the turnover and what have you done, what kind of business you do over here. So it's not monthly. Every time if you are a VAT registered company, then you have to actually do every month the report with your accountant. And yeah, this is actually a very good thing. And from there on, for example, if you have this 100,000, you can actually buy an apartment, and you still don't have to pay any taxes from this. Which if it's on your company name, which is very good, so you can rent it out and you can start any other business. But for example, if you are VAT registered, then it's actually that every time you make a business transaction, there is 20% tax if you buy it directly from the company. Let's say you buy a pen which costs €1 plus 20% of tax, then it's 120, and you can actually claim it back, the 20% VAT registration. I mean the 20% VAT tax. You can actually claim it back every month. But yeah, corporate tax is what we have is 20%, which is quite low. And I have actually heard stories that in the future, if you pay dividends for yourself, it can be actually in some cases 14% if you do it like every year. So which is very good, because I know some countries they have like just for the sake of doing business, and if you earn a lot of money, actually half it's going away. But here in this example, if with cryptocurrencies, if you go from 10,000 to 100,000, you don't have to pay any taxes, and you can hold your money on the bank account, let's say for 1 year, and you still don't have to pay any taxes, and you can enter the market again. Let's say if there is a crash or anything on the market, you can still start trading again. So I hope this brought some value to you, and let me know if you want to know something more, or how can I help you more in some of the questions which could be related to cryptocurrencies, Estonia E-Residency, or whatever. Thank you. Bye bye.